Hey all, welcome back. So this is part 2. In part 1 we set up our databases, and you can see that our individual machines are all set up like we wanted. If you have missed part 1 and part 0, they are kind of important for this series, so I'll put the link in the description and you can go back and watch it because this is a continuation. Now let's get cracking with part 2, wherein we set up our sync. So I'm going to use something called Syncthing, but you can use anything as long as it kind of syncs properly, but Syncthing is cool. And we want all these devices to be interconnected with each other, so we'll have to set up some sort of a networking, right? Because we don't have the luxury of actually using different machines and I have to set it up all on the same machine, one of the easiest ways to do it would be to use a Docker, or that's what I think. If there are easier ways, let me know, but as far as I know, Syncthing doesn't actually sync on the same machine. It requires like a network to sync over different machines. Right, so let's sync the master. Let's go to test. Yeah, that's where we are. So let's create our Docker file first. Docker file. So you can use any image that you want. I work on Arch Linux primarily, so I'm very used to working on Arch Linux, so I'll just use Arch Linux. Arch Linux. Okay, there you go. So just a set of boring commands. Pacman is the package manager for Arch Linux. Well, Pacman, so package manager. And you need to get the keys first. That one is basically is described in the Arch Linux image that's hosted by Docker Hub. So if you go to Docker Hub webpage, they'll tell you to run that Pacman key in it. I just remember because I do it like a lot of time in a week, so I just remember it from the top of my head. Pacman minus sy, so we'll fetch the no confirm, we'll fetch the Arch Linux keyring so that we can validate the signature on the packages that we are going to install, and we will finally install Syncthing. That's the only thing that we are going to install, right? We will need to have access to the host at some host share, like the share files, the master files on the host. We'll need access inside the Docker. Let's just create a directory. Let's put it in mount and call it master, because it is master, right? And then that is all. We'll just run the Syncthing. I'll just exec it, exec Syncthing. And yeah, and one thing with Syncthing is, like, by default it will run on your local host. It will just bind to your local host, and so it won't be reachable from outside the Docker, right? We won't be able to reach the web interface of Syncthing from outside the Docker. So we want it to bind to all the available addresses, which is basically HTTP 0.0.0.0, and the normal port which it exposes, the Syncthing exposes, is 8384. That is where you can reach the web UI, except that I forgot what the parameter was to do that. So let's see, help. Okay, serve. Damn it, it's a long list. Damn it. Okay, we are looking for like where to bind the GUI address path. Oh, there it is. Okay, GUI address. Okay, I think that should work. Anyway, if it's too much troubleshooting, if it doesn't work, like, I'll just pause the video and do some troubleshooting and come back to it. But hopefully it should work. It's not a difficult setup. So that's our Docker file. Let's set up the Docker Compose, because we are gonna run Syncthing 4 times for laptop 0, 1, 2, and 3. So instead of doing 4 times, let's just set up a compose. Right, so right off the bat, services, for services, let's call it KeepassXC, KeepassZero. I'm not good with names. Anyway, image, generally the convention is you call it the same thing. And then you build. Okay, my autocomplete doesn't seem to work now. Right, build context. Okay, at least it recognizes it now. I've got this language server for Docker Compose. I don't know if it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. And let's go to ports. So we are going to expose some ports from Docker to the host. So there are basically 3 ports we want to expose. I haven't actually tried not exposing all the 3 ports. Let's just go ahead and expose all of them, right? So we need some address on our host, or some port on our host, where we will expose the ports that are that Syncthing uses, and we need those ports to be free. So let's just use 31,000 because I'm pretty sure nothing's running on 31,000 on my machine. And the first port was 8384, if you remember. This is where we will look at the UI of Syncthing, and then we need to expose. Let's call it 32,000. And this is 22,000. This is the port that Syncthing uses to communicate between other Syncthing instances. So that's like peer-to-peer communication, whether it's TCP, UDP. I don't exactly remember the details, but I think, like, you know, either way, like, you just expose 22,000, right? The third one is more or less for local discovery. I think it sends a broadcast over 21.0.27. So and this is how it discovers like other Syncthing instances and so on. If it's over the LAN, I suppose that's how the discovery works. Again, I'm not sure like if you need to expose all of them, but let's just do it. I don't want to troubleshoot it if something doesn't work. Right, so on host, we are going to mount. Where was this thing? pwd, right, entry. Right, so I was here. So home. My stupid name, and this is 1, so we'll expose laptop 1 and share. So this, and inside the Docker we will use mount master, right? The master. So now the Docker Syncthing will have access to our master database for laptop 0, right? And let's just give it a network, so that if we do have to troubleshoot, it's easier to just look at what network it's using instead of using the default one, right? So just give it any name, KeepassXC. Yeah, right. So this is our laptop 1 set. We'll have to set up 3 more laptops. So let's just copy paste it 3 times. Okay. I mean, this is a dumb way of doing it. You'll if you're doing it professionally, you'll probably create like a template, and then you'll use Jinja or whatever it is to fill up the template and populate 3, 4, or even 100. Right. So, but here it's just 4. I'm just gonna manually do it. It's not much. So you can fast forward this if you want. Right. So I have to give it a different port, because otherwise it will conflict. And this is laptop 1. That's all there is. Similarly, this is laptop 2, so different port again, and laptop 2. Right, so this is the last laptop we have. Okay, right, there you go. So each of these services is almost as if they're running on their own laptops, right? And we have a network, so let's just give networks. I don't know if it's plural or singular. I think it's plural. KeepassXC, and the name is KeepassXC. That is it. Okay, so if everything is set up properly, it should spawn 4 services, Syncthing services, and they should monitor the master database that we have. The Syncthing 1, that KeepassXC0 service should monitor this one, KeepassXC1 service should monitor this one, and so on, right? So let's run the docker up command, sudo docker compose up. Was it ---- build? Created. Oh, Oh, it's running already. Okay, so KeepassXC2 is up, 0 is up, 1 is up, 3 for some reason is, oh, there's 3. Okay, so 3 was up first, right? So we have all the KeepassXCs up, and now I can pull in my browser. Let me open my browser. There you go. So I should be able to see these. What was the port? 31,000. Okay, so 31,000. I got the zeros right. Okay, let me just copy this. There you go. Yeah, Syncthing is up. What does it say? Encrypted data? No. Right. So let's go to the other one. This was 31,001. Was it? Yeah, 31,001. Okay, let's go to the other one. 31,002 and 31,003. Let's just confirm there's nothing on 31,004, just to make sure everything is as expected. Yeah, there's nothing on 31,004, right? Yeah, no. What? Notice Syncthing should not run as privileged. Ah, right, okay, yeah, we are running in a Docker, so we don't care if it runs as a root. No. Yeah. Okay. This one never gave a warning. Okay, now it gives a warning. Fine. So these are the Syncthings. Now what we are going to do is we are going to connect everyone to everyone, right? So I'm going to do all of them, but if you want, you can skip the video, because after I do one or two, it'll probably be the same for everyone else, right? So add remote device. So it's already, see, it used that local discovery through that port, and it's already found out that there are 3 more devices that it can connect to. So I can connect, so let me just see like which device is which so that I can name them properly. So W0 or W0, whatever this is laptop 1. So this guy is device 1. Save. Right. Let's add one more. BT. What is BT? This guy is BT. Okay, so BT is 2. So BT is 2. And obviously the remaining guy is 3. Save. Right. Now that this guy has sent the connection request, all the rest should have in the background got some incoming connection request which you need to approve, right? So if we go here and close this, yeah, so this guy saying device 0 is sending you a connection request, so we'll just add the device. We know it is this, we'll just give it 0 because otherwise it will be very confusing. So call it 0, and this should have also got it. Add device from 0, and this guy should have also got an incoming request from 0. There you go. So 0 is connected to all of them. Oh, it's already connected as well, as you can see. Let's do the same thing with 1. So 1's already connected to 0. We'll add 2 and 3. So BT was 2, if I remember correctly. We'll just cross check, otherwise it will be confusing to debug. Yeah, it's 2. So BT was 2. Save. And add the last one, 3. Save. Right? So 2 is got. So this guy is getting incoming connection from 1. Save. This guy is getting incoming connection from 1. Allow it. Save. Right? So now 1 is connected to all 3. Now connect 2 to 3. So we'll add the only one remaining, and this is 3, we know it, and there you go. And this way I will get an incoming request, and we will add this, and we will call it 2. Save. Right, so 3 is connected to, or it's going to connect to 2, but yeah, there it is. So it's connected to 0, 1, 2. This guy is connected to 0, 1, 3. This guy is connected to 0, 2, 3, and this guy is connected to 1, 2, 3. Right, everyone's connected to everyone, just like in our diagram in part 0, right? Now we are going to share the folder, so we'll add the folder, and I already forgot what path that was, sorry, mount master, right? So inside the Docker, remember this Syncthing is running inside the Docker, So inside the Docker, the mount master was exposed, and we will save it, and we'll share it with all of them. 1, 2, 3. Share it. Right. So just like with the network connection, they will all get an incoming request saying that device 0 wants to share their folders, do you want to accept it, and so on. So we'll accept it, and we'll say add, and we will give it the same folder, share mnt. Oh, it's master, sorry. Right, let me just copy this, save. Did I give share here? Why did I say share? Oh, it's master, it's fine. Right. So this guy, so they all must have got like incoming for master, save, add, master, save. Right, so master 1 is synced with all of them. So you do the same thing with all of them, right? Sync everyone with everyone. So you go to the same master, sharing, it's only shared with 0, so share it with 2 and 3 as well. Save it. So 2 and 3 will get a request, you just allow it. And 3 will also get a request, and you allow it. And this guy's folder must be shared with 1 and 2, right? It's 1 and 0, because this guy's 2. We just share it with 3, save, and 3 says 2 wants to share with you, and it's saved. Right. Right, so 0, 1, 2, and I think like if you go to others, like we will see that the folders are shared with everyone. Right, so they are just shared with everyone. So everyone's shared with everyone at this point. So they are already syncing. Where was our series of steps? Okay, so we have actually set this thing up. So everyone is syncing their masters. And in the next part, we will see how to test the actual sync, which is the most interesting part, right? There should be no data loss, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see you in the next part. Right, thank you, bye.